I've watched Honda carry the can't-kill-it reputation for decades, but 2025's lineup isn't the slam dunk folks think it is. Before you hand over your hard-earned cash, let me lay out what's really going on under the hood and in the fine print. Hello, everyone. This is Ted from CarlandTV. It's time to hop in the front seat because today, I'm breaking down why buying a 2025 Honda might not be the no-brainer deal it used to be. Before I start, I would really appreciate it if you would push those buttons below, the subscribe button, the notification bell, all of them. This is not necessary, but those little clicks help a brother out. Plus, it pushes me to give you more valuable car-related content on your screen. Now, buckle up and let's get back to the video. Honda's reputation versus reality in 2025. Man, Honda's name has always been golden in the reliability world, like that old friend who never forgets your birthday. But in 2025, things ain't as foolproof as they used to be. Let's kick this off with what the hard numbers are telling us. J.D. Power's latest ratings for the 2025 model year give the Civic and CR-V an 83 out of 100, which lands them in the great category for reliability, and that's solid. Meanwhile, the Accord clocks in at 81 overall, with a 79 for quality and reliability, which is just average. Then you've got Consumer Reports chiming in with expectations that the 2025 Civic will deliver about average reliability, and the CR-V is likely to top the average. So yeah, it's not a disaster, but there's zero wiggle room for Honda never breaks bragging. But there's more. Consumer Reports brand rankings for 2025 show Honda rated at 59, which is behind Tesla, Toyota, Lexus, and Subaru, meaning overall, they dropped out of the truly elite reliability clubs. That's a red flag if you've been buying Hondas since flip phones were a thing. So what's the vibe? Honda's reliability in 2025 is still respectable, which is solid for Civic, CR-V, and other models. But the legend of hands-off, won't let you down, is fading. It's good, not unimpeachable. And that's headline-worthy, buddy. Price creep and value concerns. Here's the straight-up. Hondas in 2025 cost more. Plain and simple. The Accord Base LX kicks off around $29,390, with the Hybrid Sport pushing $34,750. That's roughly $760 more than the 2024 model, and over $1,000 more since its 2023 redesign. Meanwhile, SUVs like the CR-1UV Hybrid Pilot and HR-1UV saw $300 sticker hikes as of early September 2024. Even the hot rod Civic Type R wasn't spared, with a $800 bump landing it north of $47,000 now. So yeah, the price tags are creeping upward, and that's across the board. Now, what you're paying matters, but what you're getting matters more. Take the Honda CR-HUV. Its MSRP comes in at about $30,100, whereas a similarly equipped 2025 Hyundai Tucson starts closer to $30,200, and used models slide cheaper, averaging around $28,600. The tough part? The Tucson IRS is packed with updated tech, bigger screens, digital clusters, you name it, and it feels like the future is already pulled into your driveway. That's where the friction lies. You're paying a premium for that Honda badge, and one heck of a reputation, but across the lot, other brands are leaning in with better value at similar or lower price points. So Honda's not losing its edge, but that edge sure isn't as sharp as it used to be. Reliability myths cracking. I grew up thinking Hondas were basically indestructible. You bought one, changed the oil, maybe rotated the tires if you remembered, and that sucker would run forever. And yeah, a lot of those old Civics and Accords still cruising around town prove that point. But here in 2025, I'm telling you, it ain't quite that simple anymore. Consumer Reports still gives Honda decent marks, but when you look closer, things get interesting. The 2025 Accord lands at average for predicted reliability, and the Civic, which is Honda's bread and butter, isn't exactly crushing it either. That set it and forget it. Reliability is slipping into the middle of the pack. And I've seen it firsthand. Owners griping about CVT transmissions acting up, infotainment systems freezing, and turbocharged engines showing hiccups that the old naturally aspirated Hondas never had to deal with. Now don't get me wrong, Honda hasn't fallen off a cliff. You're still looking at a car that'll outlast plenty of competitors if you keep up on maintenance. But the days of shrugging off repairs for 200,000 miles without a care? those days are getting rarer. Toyota, Subaru, and even Mazda are matching or beating Honda in long-term dependability according to brand-wide studies. So basically, Hondas are still good. But they're no longer the no questions asked, king of the road champs your uncle swore by. And that shift matters big time, especially when you're paying today's sticker prices. Competition catching up hard. Here's the thing, man. Back in the day, if you were shopping for Civics or Accords, it was almost game over for everybody else. You didn't even need to look around. But now, these other automakers ain't just catching up. They're running neck and neck, and in some cases, blowing past Honda with both middle fingers up. Take Hyundai and Kia. 10 years ago, I wouldn't have touched one with a 10-foot pole. Now the 2025 Tucson and Sportage are stacked with features, digital cockpits, panoramic screens, longer warranties, that Honda either charges extra for or doesn't even offer yet. Then there's Mazda, dropping that CX-5 and CX-50 with interiors that look like they belong in a luxury car, not some commuter box. And don't even get me started on Toyota. The 2025 Camry just went hybrid only, and the new RAV4 update makes Honda's CR-V look like it's showing up late to the party. It ain't that Honda's fallen apart. They're still good machines, but when I line them up back to back, the automatic choice badge doesn't carry the same punch it used to. Other brands are offering the same reliability, sometimes better tech, and in plenty of cases, more bang for your buck. That's why you can't walk onto a Honda lot blind in 2025. The competition is hungrier than ever, and Honda's got real heat breathing down its neck. Tech and safety, not always ahead. All right, let's be real here. Honda's been pushing their Honda Sensing Suite for years. Adaptive cruise, lane keep assist, collision mitigation, all that jazz. And in 2025, yeah, it still comes standard on most models. But here's where it gets dicey. Toyota, Hyundai, and even Subaru have caught up, and in some cases, flat out passed Honda in the safety and tech race. Example? The 2025 CR-V starts around $30,000 and gives you Honda Sensing, but you're staring at a 7-inch touchscreen on base trims. You don't get the 9-inch screen until you bump up to the EXL, which runs you over $35,000. Meanwhile, the 2025 Hyundai Tucson brings a 12.3-inch digital cluster and 12.3-inch center display standard on mid-level trims, and you're still under that same $35,000 ballpark. And then there's powertrains. Honda's hanging heavy on that 1.5-liter turbo 4-cylinder with 190 horsepower and a CVT in the CR-V. Solid, but nothing that makes your blood pump. The hybrid option is better. 204 horsepower with a 2-liter 4-cylinder and 2 motors. But guess what? Toyota's 2025 RAV4 hybrid is still smoother, more efficient, and pulling 219 horsepower while sipping gas at 41 miles per gallon in the city. Honda's hybrid sits closer to 40 miles per gallon combined, which is fine, but it ain't leading. Honda's got reliability and resale on its side, but when we're talking infotainment, big screens, plug-in options, or even EV game, they're behind. Hyundai's Ioniq line and Toyota's hybrid dominance make Honda look like they're playing catch-up in 2025, where Honda still shines. Now, before you think I'm just dogging on Honda, let me level with you. They still have some serious strong points in 2025. First off, resale value. Kelley Blue Book's data keeps putting Honda near the top. The CR-V and Accord are two of the best in the compact SUV and midsize sedan classes when it comes to holding their value. You drive one for 5 years, and you'll still get back more of your money than if you went with, say, a Hyundai Tucson or a Nissan Rogue. Then there's the driving feel. Honda still tunes their steering and suspension better than most of the competition. The 2025 Civic, with its 2-liter, 158 horsepower engine, may not be a rocket ship, but it's sharp in the corners and feels more planted than a Corolla. Step up to the Civic Si or the beastly Civic Type R, with that 315 horsepower turbocharged 2-liter and a proper 6-speed manual. Buddy, you're grinning every mile. Toyota ain't giving you that row-your-own fun anymore. The Accord Hybrid is another highlight. That 2-liter Atkinson cycle 4-cylinder with 2 motors puts out 204 horsepower and gets close to 48 miles per gallon combined, depending on trim. That's nothing to sneeze at in a big sedan with plenty of cabin space. And reliability? While not bulletproof anymore, Honda still beats out half the industry in long-term dependability. Most models are still rated above average, and you'll find plenty of folks running 2010 Civics and Accords with 200,000 miles plus. So yeah, Honda still has its lane. They just don't own the whole highway anymore. So, should you buy a Honda? Here's how I see it. Honda in 2025 is still a solid buy, but it ain't the automatic no-brainer it used to be. If you want something that'll hold value, start every morning without drama, and won't embarrass you at the pump, a CR-V hybrid or Accord hybrid will do you right. Both run that 2-liter 4-cylinder hybrid setup with around 204 horsepower, and the Accord is pulling close to 48 miles per gallon. That's hard to argue with when gas prices keep climbing. But, and it's a big but, Honda's sticker shock is real. A CR-V touring hybrid is now flirting with $40,000, and for that kind of money, you can grab a Toyota RAV4 Prime plug-in with 302 horsepower and legit electric-only range, or a Hyundai Tucson hybrid with more tech baked in. The same goes with the Civic. The base model at $25,000 is fine, but once you're pushing into the SI at $30,000, or the Type R at almost $47,000, you're paying a premium for that badge and manual lover street cred. Hence, if reliability and resale are your top 2 boxes, Honda still checks them. But if you're chasing the best value, biggest screens, or cutting-edge hybrid, EV powertrains, brands like Toyota, Hyundai, and even Mazda might leave you grinning harder for less money. I wouldn't say don't buy a Honda in 2025. I'd say shop smarter. Walk in with your eyes wide open, because the days of Honda being the obvious choice are gone.